So what is up, guys? You got your boy Stingren here today, and today we are back with some reverse 1999 content. And today we're going to be talking about Anna Lee. Anna Lee is going to be getting a banner rerun as of the 30th of July, which was officially announced by the Twitter. So we're here to talk to you guys whether or not she's still worth pulling, and whether or not if you are a newer player, should actually try to pull for this character or not. Or if you're an older character and you may have heard good things about Anna Lee and you're not so sure if you should pull for this character or not. Anyway, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Anna Lee. So this is Anna Lee. Anna Lee is a support plant-based character that deals reality damage. She has the ability to buff all targets damage dealt up, damage reduction, which is very helpful, especially for certain content. And she has the ability to crowd control. But she has one unique thing, and that's going to be her inheritances, which we'll talk about first. So her inheritances gives her a new unique style, which is the core mechanic of Anna Lee. She switches between exorcism mode and break time. So her exorcism mode gives her more damage dealt and more penetration. At the start, it's going to be 10% for each, which is not bad. A little bit of extra damage is always really good, just that maybe help your supports kind of creep into that sub DPS tier level, which is where Anna Lee can comfortably sit because of the amount of damage buffs you can give to her. So that's really, really good. And in break time gives her a 10% damage reduction, making her more susceptible to living. This is actually also valid as well because Anna Lee doesn't have the highest form of HP, as you can see, only 8700 HP, which is not particularly the highest. I would prefer close to 10k is where I feel like most units is considered for comfortability. If you want to take up to level 60, then she should be closer to that level. But even still, you know, like from 31 to 60 is a big investment, especially if you're a newer player. So I do think, again, just stopping at level 30 and just having to deal with the HP being a little bit on the lowish end is still completely fine. Insight 2 gives her 8% more damage, which stacks on top of her exorcism mode bonus, giving her 18%, which is not bad. Not bad at all. And Insight 3 just improves the effects by an additional 5%. So she gets 15% damage dealt up, 15% penetration, and when she's in break time, she gets damage taken reduction plus 15%, which again is good. If you're really looking at it at a budget standpoint where you're like, I can't really get too many characters to I3, I2 level 50 is completely fine for her because she gets everything she really needs at I2 level 50, and she doesn't really need to push for that I3 for just a 5% bonus. 5% bonus isn't that big, but it is still helpful. So you want to maybe get into it eventually, then yeah, sure. But if you're making it like a priority thing, I wouldn't say make it a big priority. I said maybe make it like probably like medium tier priority, kind of like, you know, when you get your core team online and you're like, all right, I got my carry going, Anna Lee's going to be my support, healer, etc. You're probably going to put Anna Lee as your second priority, is what I'd say. So let's go over what the effects are. As I said before, exorcism gives you damage dealt up, penetration rate plus 10%, and your break time gives you damage taken reduction. This is, I feel like these two unique modes are really good because it positions Anna Lee to do what she needs to do on the correct times. If you guys didn't notice, on her Insight 1, she has the ability to rank up her card by +1 star. This is when she re-enters exorcism mode. So this is a good time for her to maybe start potentially getting off some damage. This is a good time to setting up some buffs. This is one thing about Anna Lee that makes her very, very friendly when it comes to using her in battle, because you have the ability to go to a 1-star to a 2-star by really just not doing anything. You just have to wait till she gets back into exorcism mode, which is every other round, which is not in particularly super hard to do. You just have to just wait. That's it. That's good. And then even if you don't necessarily try to dig for it, you can always you can always try to fuse it to a 2-star and then get into a 3-star to get into the powerful effects of her own ability. So there's that. Let's talk about her skills next. So her skill is, this is the improved version because mine is Portrait 3. So the base real reality of this is up to a maximum of 350%, but it gives 1 target days for 1 round. Now, I like and hate Tao this rune. I like and hate it because I like it for its ability to have crowd control, which is great for beginning and mid game. Most in-game content is just straight up CC immune, so it doesn't really matter. But the problem here is her days is only tied to a 3-star card, and to give Annalie the benefit of the doubt, she has better chances to get into 3-star than most units in the game because she can self rank up her own cards, and another thing she can do that gives her a secondary chance to rank up her card, which we'll talk about that in her skills as well. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is something that's a little bit annoying because there are some characters who at 2-star casts, like Sonato for example, who can inflict a effect of crowd control, which is a little bit easier to get into. If Annalie had it at 2-star, I think it would just make it more solid. It wouldn't make her busted or anything. I feel like maybe early game, like patch, if we were in patch 1.0 and I was looking at this character, maybe that maybe could have potentially made Annalie maybe a little bit busted. But where we are now, currently in patch 1.7, that's definitely not gonna make her anytime busted. So I think it's just more so because she was just a 1.0 character and I didn't want to make her too crazy. And then her buff card gives her up to, well, it gives your team up to 30% damage dealt up, which is great, and then 30% damage taken reduction for 2 rounds. Now, it is a little unfortunate that a buff is 2 rounds, so considering that most units now are 3 rounds, but 2 rounds, considering how oftenly you go into buffs with Annalie anyway, this is not really in particularly that big of an issue. I've seen some people say that, Annalie sucks as a buffer because it's only every 2 rounds, but that's not true at all. That's just straight up false. That's misinformation. It's completely fine because you're going to be getting into buffs with Annalie pretty consistently. She is first and foremost a support, so you're not really looking for Annalie to be the big damage dealer. She's not. She's going to be the unit that sets up your team or sets up your carry to really put them into a hyper carry situation, making them deal more damage. 30% extra damage is nice. Of course, even if you aren't really looking to do 3 stars, you still have the 20% bonus here off of a 2-star that is, again, very easy to get into because of her ability to just self rank up her furthest right card with the exorcism mode bonus. So again, very, very consistent buffer. You can even try to, go into a 3-star if you really just want to get more calculated damage in there, but it's not really necessary. 2-star is still completely fine. And then we have her ultimate, which of course is further powered up because of P3, but it's a mass attack that deals 400% reality damage, and it enters in power incantation. Now this is the secondary thing that Annalie can do to get easier access into higher tier cards. So Empower Incantation just straight up gives you +1 incantation of a random card for 2 turns. This actually does stack on top of her exorcism mode, but it does not target the same card as the exorcism mode. It can, but it's not guaranteed. It is basically a random card. So technically speaking, with Annalie's ultimate, you can go from a 1-star to a 3-star. You technically can do that, but it's not something that is going to be like a consistency thing. It's more like RNG. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But even if you don't do this, Annalie is really good with the main tuning that we use, which is the first melody, to generate rank ups for other essential characters. For example, what if you need a 2-star heal? Well, you now have 2 random rank ups that you don't need to cast with Annalie, and you can maybe tuning into a 2-star heal or tuning into a 2-star attack from your main carry. That's why I do love having Annalie in some of my teams, because that extra bonus of having good stars in your cards can allow you to maybe potentially push a threshold or push damage or get closer to killing the enemy, which is, really good. I think that's really, really good. Let's talk about her portraits. Honestly, if you ever think about wailing on this character, don't. Please don't. Her portraits, they're not terrible. They're just straight up damage increases, and they're not by a lot. It's like her ultimate gets bumped up from 400 to 450, then 500, then 550, so 150 in total, which 50% per boost, which is And then her cards get bumped up here from a 20 each, 30 each, and then 50 each, which is again It's just all damage. You don't want to be chasing a 1.0 dupe unless you just pull it off banner. That's really just it. It's pull it off banner. That is the best way you can really enjoy at least getting a dupe for a character like this, is just pull it off banner. As a patch 1.6, Annalie did get a new card in Long Night Talk. Long Night Talk is actually pretty good for her because she can easily get the 2 positive status effects because she can give the entire team damage dealt up and damage taken reduction, which is 2 forms of positive status, which triggers the 8% damage bonus immediately. Building Anali for damage bonus is ideally the way you go to get as much damage as you can with Anali. Anali is all about damage dealt up. I mean, that's the key thing there that gets you extra damage with Anali, because you can build a lot of damage dealt up on her. Even looking at the build that we have, which we're talking about resonances and resonance in our build, you can see I have a 20% damage bonus, and then I have another 15 coming off here, and then I have Long Night Talk giving us another 8%. As you can see, that's 40% damage dealt up just being there, which is just good. And Long Night Talk also has an additional effect of giving her more attack, which is gonna help. That's gonna help her hit a little bit harder again, alongside with the Incantation Might bonus, because you can use that for Taoist Rune. If it was Ultimate Might, it would have been super perfect for her, because again, Ultimate would have been a little bit better to kind of burst on, but at least you still have an attacking option with Taoist Rune. Let's go and talk about the Resonance build. So this is the build that we have for her. This is the standard attack damage build that you want for her. This is just what you'd want. You want a decent amount of attack, decent amount of damage bonus. A little bit of crit rate, of course, doesn't help. Well, I mean, doesn't hurt, I should say. And this is what you want. Now the final question. Should you pull Anali? I mean, she is, to this day, still one of the most comfortable supports you can use. She's very comfortable in the main role you need her for, which is primarily buffing your team, some decent survivability, crowd control, which is relevant in a good amount of content still, even though a lot of the in-gamey stuff is still crowd control immune. And yeah, but given that she's a old 1.0 character, maybe I should just say like you shouldn't pull for her, because again, there's still the chance that you can off banner Anali somewhere later down the road, and then you're gonna be like, I spent 70 pulls trying to guarantee, or 140 trying to guarantee Anali, and then you get a P1 Anali, then you're like, you're not gonna feel this great. So I don't think you should pull for Anali at this current time, because she is an older character. But if you happen to get Anali, that is still not a reason to be upset. She's still a very decent support, even in today's meta. I know we have some crazy supports now, like Six, like Isolde, etc. But Anali still holds her own in her own unique way. She's still a very viable support to be taken in content. So it's more so pull smarter for, maybe other characters along the way, and then maybe just hope you hit Anali. Because in terms of off banners that will be really good to hit, I would say that Anali is actually quite comfortably at one of those top, maybe top 5 units, I'd say, that is comfortable for you to hit as an off banner for your first copy. Because again, comfortable support, great AP efficiency, as I said before. So there's a lot of things that you can actually say that's really positive about Anali. So anyway, let's get right into the showcases, and I'll see you guys with a couple team suggestions. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Alright, so this is the team we'll be using with her today. This is going to be just kind of a general all comfort team that you can really rock with her with. Anali doesn't in particularly need any specific team to be functional. She's what you call a comfortable support. So this is the team we'll use her in. We'll use her in the team with Jessica, Isolde, Yensei, and of course herself. And let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to try focusing down 6 first. And as you can see here, Anali's buff card is not to right, which is, we kind of want to start up with our buff, but we'll just pop that just to get that going. Actually, we'll debuff, pop, and then we will double Jessica just to kind of get her moxie going. You can actually kill 37 fairly fast. The problem is that you don't actually want to do that. You actually don't want to kill her that fast. You kind of want to kill, what's the name first? The 6 first. So we're going to go ahead and go for the rank up. Get double rank 2 in there. Let's buff. let me see. Let's heal on Ali because she took a bit of damage there, and then we will do this again. So this will give us a little bit of sustainability, and of course a little bit extra damage as well. Did quite a bit of damage there. We can also hope for a 3-star buff now, which is helpful. Nice. Nice. We got a 2-star heal, which is actually pretty good. We can do this. I wish I had on at least crit defense now, maybe. Jessica's not built for crit though, so she might not do enough. I think I want to just do this. And then maybe attack? Nah, we don't need to. Get a little extra damage taking up effect in there. And we still have the 20% bonus coming in from you know who. From Anali. Do that just to spread a little bit of burn. Ooh, nice. We got 2-star and a 3-star. So that should hit us, I think. Yep. Okay, please don't kill any of my team. Thank you. He's almost dead. Almost dead. This is a good setup, but I think I might need another heal. Cause Yensei and Isode are both very low. I could heal it in shield, but I think I need more attacking cards more than anything. So let's see what I can get. 2-star buff is fine. Buff, shield, heal. That's the direction. And that should kill. Shouldn't it kill? If it doesn't kill, this is gonna hurt. We do have the shield on, so hopefully that will help us. Ah, it doesn't kill. So this is gonna hurt somebody. Okay, Jessica. That broke through our shield super quick too. Ooh, whew. Jessica almost died. And now 6 is dead. Okay, perfect. I think we're good now. I think we're good. We just need to find a heal. Perfect. We can definitely do that. I think we win. I don't know this turn. Let me see. Let's debuff this. Heal. Sure. And of course the ultimate animation. I love her animation. Nice, we got crit hit too, which is wonderful. Thank you, Anali. So I think we win. Yeah, that breaks both signs. Yep. There we go. See, Anali actually helped. She actually helped. So let's see the total damage breakdown. A lot of people ask me to show this lately. I have not shown damage breakdown, which my apologies. That's damage breakdown. Skill cards used. And yeah, so that is Anali in a nutshell. She is a very decent, comfortable support that you can get your hands on. But again, she is a patch 1.0 unit. This is not a unit you should prioritize in pulling. This is a unit that would be a nice hit if you get her off better. I think that's just the best thing I could say about Anali. is if you get her off banner, jump up and down. If it's a dupe, maybe not so much, but if it's your first copy, jump up and down. Anyway, this has been your boy Stingren. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.